Thank you.
请大家直接开始提问。
Now the floor is open to questions.
第二排第一位女士提问，谢谢。
人民日报记者提问，我的问题提给怀部长。教育是民生之基，教育部在解决群众教育关切、提升教育公共服务水平上做了哪些主要工作？有何进展？“15+5”基础教育方面有什么考虑和安排？谢谢。
With People's Daily, my question is for Minister Huai. Education is the foundation of people's well-being. What has the Ministry of Education done to address people's concerns and improve public services in this area? What progress has been made? What are the considerations and arrangements for basic education in the 15th Five-Year Plan?
Thank you for your question. I am very glad to attend the press conference today. And taking this opportunity, I would like to thank our friends from the press and in all sectors for your long-term care, support, and understanding for our work in education. As you know, General Secretary Xi Jinping has always attached great importance to education, emphasizing the people-centered approach and the political, people-oriented, and strategic nature of education. The 2026 government work report delivered by Premier Li Qiang outlined our goals on enhancing education equity and equality and on making coordinated efforts to advance education, science, and technology, and talent and cultivation. We can say that education connects the welfare of all families and the growth of all children. It concerns the cultivation of modern talents. And now, China is building the world's largest educational system of equity. I'd like to share some data in 3 categories. First, the overall development of education. China has 440,000 schools of all levels and sorts, 280 million students, and 18.7 million teachers. And second, the basic education. The gross preschool enrollment rate is 92.9%, 28.4 percentage points higher than before the 18th CPC National Congress, much higher than the average level of the OECD countries. And last year, the free preschool education policy covered 14 million children in their final year of kindergartens. Among the 2,895 counties which have realized the balanced compulsory education, 572 counties were covered by high-quality compulsory education in a balanced way. Last year, 1,300 high schools remodeled, expanded their buildings, or built new ones, providing more space for students of high schools. And we're also strengthening our guarantees for migrant students. Now, more than 79% of students of migrant workers now study in public or government-funded schools. More than 97% of children with disabilities enjoy compulsory education, and the student financial aid system supports 150 million students every year. And on the measurement of the key indicators of students, China is leading the world. About the STEM measurements, we have recently built a center in Shanghai, which shows that our education is well acknowledged by the world. And third, the higher education. Our system has produced 55 million graduates during the 14th Five-Year Plan period. And the gross enrollment rate grew from 30% before the 18th CPC National Congress to over 60%. And now, with the greater admittance of students of higher education, we have responded to the call of people to expand higher education. And over the past 5 years, 18 undergraduate colleges and 70 vocational colleges were established, enrolling 700,000 more graduates. We also added 540 plus Sino-foreign higher education institutions programs, together recruiting 350,000 students. And from these numbers, you can see that we have made new breakthroughs in promoting an inclusive and beneficial education system. And these numbers are above the average level of the middle-income countries, especially our education indicators are in some categories surpassing those of OECD countries. As you know, that the reform of a new round of industrial reform is accelerating, and we have new dynamics in our development. People are calling for better education, and there are also hard-won opportunities in this process. And now our system has launched the 3-year action plan and rolled out 6 categories and 41 projects. We have made staunch strides in our education development. You said that basic education is very important. Indeed, in the next phase, we will focus on building a fair and quality basic education system in the following 4 key areas. First, improvement in resource distribution and equity. On the one hand, we need to ensure wider and higher standard distribution of educational resources, especially to enable more children to attend public kindergartens, improve compulsory education to meet the need of building a strong nation, and continue revitalizing county-level high schools and improve the quality of education so that students can achieve well-rounded development. And on the other hand, we need to ensure fair enrollment with more vigorous discipline. We will launch special programs to improve the long-acting mechanism of fair enrollment and protect the equal rights of migrant children, the left-behind children, and children with disabilities. And second, improvement in educational quality and planning. We will prioritize support to cities with net immigration and with the peaking of students' numbers in different study stages. We are making an analysis in advance to expand our educational capacity in different areas, adjust the distribution of resources across different educational stages, support the pilot of small class teaching in some regions, continue the Silver Age teaching program, and run well the boarding schools and small schools necessary in rural areas. Third, improvement in the teachers' workforce. We will launch the teacher workforce development agenda to attract more talent to the education sector. We will invite more quality students to lead the education of the future. And we will champion the spirit of educators in teaching education and training as well as education of students. We will support more top universities in adding teacher-related disciplines. And the teacher will have greater capacity to educate. And I'd like to highlight the selfless dedication and contribution of over 18 million teachers nationwide, which underpin China's cause of education. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all teachers and hope our society will give them greater care and support as is championed in our tradition, so that our teachers will have a greater sense of fulfillment in career and a greater sense of honor in life. Fourth, improvement in management. In recent years, measures have been taken against illegal off-campus academic trainings and such, and we will work with the authorities of public security, health, and market regulation to ensure greater safety and security. We will continue to launch special campaigns against excessive homework and campus bullying. And through all these measures, people will feel the care and support from the party and the government. And we will continue promoting the basic education year program and crack down on the violations to prevent resurgence. Providing education that people are satisfied with is our solemn commitment and major responsibility. We will continue dedicating every effort in raising people's sense of gains in education with our concrete action. Thank you.
谢谢，请大家继续提问。请南区第一排第2位女士，谢谢。
解放日报原点栏目记者提问：养老服务关系到每个家庭，一直以来受到全社会的广泛关注。2024年底，党中央、国务院出台了关于深化养老服务改革发展意见。请问陆部长，1年来这项工作取得了哪些成效？下一步还有哪些打算？谢谢。
好，谢谢您的提问。
With Jiepang Daily, elderly care services concern every household and have long received widespread public attention. At the end of 2024, the CPC Central Committee and the State Council issued the opinions on deepening the reform and development of elderly care services. So my question is for Minister Lu. What has been achieved in this area over the past year, and what are the future plans? Thank you.
好，谢谢您的提问。
Thank you for your question.
党中央、国务院
The
2024年
opinions on deepening the reform and development of elderly care services issued by the CPC Central Committee and the State Council at the end of 2024 made top-level design for building an elderly care service system tailored to our national conditions. Our ministry, together with other developments, have focused on policy implementation. We mainly did the following work. First, we have built an extensive service network. An integrated network of elderly care services covering urban and rural areas has taken initial shape. Basically, all counties have public elderly care facilities as the platform for overall coordination. Over half of towns, townships, and urban sub-districts have built regional elderly care service centers. In cities, we built service centers embedded in communities. And in rural areas, we built neighborhood mutual aid stations and happy homes. More and more senior people can access elderly care services near their homes or even at home, which is very convenient. Second, we addressed small but key matters concerning people's livelihoods. Focusing on pressing difficulties concerning seniors the most, we boosted village or community-supported at-home elderly care services. We developed canteens for senior people. Across the country, nearly 80,000 meal service stations have been built, serving over 3 million elderly people every day. Meet senior people's needs for freshly cooked meals. We set up home care beds. The total number has reached 495,000, bringing professional care to the bedside. And for 2.24 million households with seniors in special difficulties, we completed age-friendly home renovations. Since the start of this year, we have been granting elderly care service vouchers to moderately or severely functionally impaired seniors. Till now, 1.72 billion yuan of vouchers have been redeemed, benefiting 892,000 elderly people. Third, we increased the supply to elderly care service products. In leveraging the lead role of governments, we provided more policy support and developed inclusive elderly care. We worked with relevant departments in formulating measures for the high-quality development of elderly care services. In promoting market participation, we have worked to energize markets, improve service supply, and meet demands at all levels for such services. In stepping up social coordination, we worked hard to foster social organizations and community-level elderly organizations to provide services. At the same time, with government guidance, support from community-level public self-governance organizations, voluntary mutual aid among senior people, and wide social participation, we have advanced the development of mutual aid-based elderly care. Fourth, we improved policies for resource input. We worked with relevant departments in increasing support in terms of funding, planning, standards, talents, and technology. We guided local governments in making sound plans for the layout of elderly care service facilities and developed national standards and industry standards. We developed smart elderly care. We stepped up efforts about talent training and promoted vocational skill grade certification. Elderly care practitioner was included as a new occupation. Going forward, we will improve policy measures for fully implementing the national strategy for proactively responding to population aging and continue to implement the opinions so as to enhance the capacity, quality, and effectiveness of elderly care services. First, in enhancing capacity, in the coming 5 years, we will continue to build county-level comprehensive elderly care service management platforms, expand the functions of regional elderly care service centers, and in light of local conditions, expand the coverage of village and community elderly care service facilities. By the end of the 15th five-year plan period, we aim to basically put in place a 3-tier service network covering counties, towns, and villages. Second, enhancing quality. We will step up equipment upgrades in elderly care facilities, strengthen specialized talent training, and develop elderly care technologies. We will strengthen quality and safety management to better meet the needs of elderly people. Third, enhancing effectiveness. We will continue to build inclusive elderly care facilities, foster professional and brand entities based on chain operation, boost the development of village or community-supported at-home elderly care services, and support the development of mutual aid-based elderly care services. We will strengthen care and services for functionally impaired seniors in villages and urban communities. We will ensure care for senior people who live alone, seniors who do not live with their children, and other seniors in special difficulties, so that senior people can live happy lives. Thank you. Next question, please.
京北区第3排第1位女士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。中央广播电视总台记者提问，我的问题想提给王小平王部长。王部长您好，我们知道就业是最大的民生，也是全国两会时期代表委员和社会各界热议的话题。所以想请问您，当前的就业形势您怎么看？另外，15时期我国的就业工作将如何开好局、起好步？谢谢。
With CCTV, My question is for Minister Wang Xiaoping. We all know that employment is paramount in people's livelihoods. It is a hot topic for NPC deputies and CPPCC members, as well as people from all walks of life during the two sessions. So, Minister Wang, how do you view the current employment situation, and how to ensure a good start in the 15th five-year plan period in employment-related work? Thank you.
During the two sessions, employment is a must ask and must be answered question. It is a family matter, but even more so a national concern. In the past 14th five-year plan period, employment development has been remarkable. We've withstood many extraordinary challenges, including the COVID-19 pandemic and external containment and suppression, and maintained stable progress. This is fundamentally attributable to the fact that the Party Central Committee has always put employment at a prominent place in the governance of this country and have come up with various kinds of policies to stabilize employment and economy. It is also because we have all major industrial categories, a mega-sized market, and thriving new driving forces. We've strengthened the momentum of employment transitioning. Numerous market entities have been flexible and adapting to changes. People have been working very hard. These have all shown China's economic vitality, potential, and resilience. During the 15th five-year plan period, the core conditions supporting China's long-term positive growth remain firmly in place, with underlying upward trend unchanged. High-quality development enjoys broad prospects. With strong institutional advantages, we are confident and capable of maintaining a stable and good momentum of employment growth. At the same time, there are more uncertain and unpredictable factors. Employment stabilization faces new changes and new challenges. This year marks the beginning of the 15th five-year plan period. The government work report set clear projected targets of employment development and made new plans for promoting high-quality, full employment. We will prioritize employment, implement the requirements of the four stabilizations, strengthen guidance, expand channels, and ensure key priorities to continuously promote new progress in high quality and full employment. We'll focus on the following areas. First, strengthen planning and foster an employment-friendly model. We are working with relevant departments to formulate the special employment plan for the 15th five-year plan period and devise a series of practical, effective, and high-value major employment policies, action plans, and so on to enhance the employment driving force of development. At present, AI is developing rapidly, profoundly impacting employment. People are all watching the development of AI. We are also working on relevant measures to actively play the role of AI in creating new jobs and empowering traditional ones. To promote inclusive development, where technological advancement is coordinated with the improvement of livelihood. Second, we'll strengthen coordinated efforts and take actions to strengthen employment, expand capacity, and improve quality. This is also a key task set clear in the government work report. We'll focus on its following through. In stabilizing employment, we'll intensify support for labor-intensive sectors, including foreign trade, construction, accommodation, and catering, so as to stabilize employment through promoting industrial development. In expansion of capacity, we'll tap into the employment potential of digital economy, high-end manufacturing, and modern services to expand capacity through industrial upgrade. On improving quality, we'll implement the mechanism of minimum wage adjustment to regulate the market order of human resources
and implement the wage payment guarantee system for migrant workers to improve quality through stronger protection for rights and interests. Third, we'll roll out more precise policies to promote the employment of key groups. This year, it is estimated there will be 12.7 million college graduates. These young people are valuable talent. They're full of energy and are most creative. We'll fully tap into the potential of various channels for employment, expand employment space at the grassroots level, and help young people to realize their potential across all walks of life. We'll seize the critical time windows of the spring recruitment season and the period before graduation, promote public employment services to enter campuses ahead of schedule, and carry out large-scale internship and skills training. Guide young people to cultivate professional ethos in order to better integrate into the workplace and the society. For elderly workers, we will introduce a batch of skills training programs suited to them, deepen labor service collaborations, and create more jobs opportunities for migrant workers, and provide regular employment assistance to prevent people from returning to poverty. For disadvantaged groups, we will provide them employment assistance to help them stabilize employment and increase income. As we Chinese people say, with diligence, we'll have early harvest. Since this year, we have organized activities including the Spring Breeze Action and Employment Assistance Season. We've held 31,000 job fairs, posting 22 million job opportunities. From statistics and surveys after the Spring Festival, at present, over 90% of companies have started work, and over 90% of workers have returned to their posts, marking a warm start for the global market. Going forward, we'll continue to roll out a series of services, try to have year-round job recruitment and non-stop job creation and delivery. At the same time, we'll make full use of pro-people, pro-business policies, including premium refund for stable employment, social insurance subsidies, retirement subsidies, and so on, to improve people's well-being and livelihood with our policies and services. Thank you.
请中区第3排第2位女士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。新华社记者提问，这个问题提给文化和旅游部。孙部长您好，我们看到刚刚过去的史上最长春节假期，文旅市场人气很旺，热度很高，大家都能感受到文旅已经成为假日生活的刚需，美好生活的刚需。请问文化和旅游部门在推动文旅高质量发展、更好满足群众需求方面有哪些考虑？谢谢。
With Xinhua News Agency. My question is for Minister Sun Yeli of Culture and Tourism. We can all see that we just had the longest ever Spring Festival holiday, which saw great enthusiasm in a booming cultural and tourism market. We can all feel that cultural and tourism services have become a must-have for holidays and are essentially what a good life is about. What will the cultural and tourism authorities do to promote high-quality development of the cultural and tourism sectors and better meet people's needs? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. As you just said, during the Spring Festival holiday this year, the culture and tourism market saw a boom. In the 9-day holiday, domestic tourist trips reached 596 million, close to 600 million, spending over 800 billion RMB yuan, a new historical high. The surge during the Spring Festival holiday was just a microcosm. As a matter of fact, the culture and tourism market was booming in the whole year last year. According to statistics, last year, in the cultural sector, the annual revenue of cultural and related companies above the designated size exceeded 15 trillion yuan, up by 7.4% compared with last year. Total profits reached almost 1.4 trillion yuan, up by 6.5% compared with last year. Among them, new forms of cultural companies grew relatively fast. the new forms of cultural companies. The revenue of enterprises in 16 smaller industries categories with distinctive new business format features approached 7 trillion, up by 14%. In the tourism front, domestic tourist trips was over 6.5 billion, a 16% year-on-year increase, spending 6.3 trillion RMB yuan, a 9.5% year-on-year growth, also registering new records. Currently, spending leisure time watching performances and traveling has become a new lifestyle and new fashion. Just like you said, this is a must-have in people's lives. According to media reports, this Spring Festival, the number of passengers over 60 who purchased their first flight ticket in life on some platforms increased by more than 20%. This means that young people, after they make money on their own, they are buying flight tickets and arranging trips for their parents. This has become a new way of respecting and filially caring for the elderly. This reflects that culture and tourism has become an important source for people's sense of happiness and fulfillment, and it's also an important driving force in improved spending and economic development. In response to this trend, the Party Central Committee's recommendations for the 15th Five-Year Plan and this year's government report have made important requirements for the development in this sector. As people who work in this area, we feel great responsibilities. Going forward, the main task for us is to focus on building China into a country with a thriving culture and tourism, formulate and implement plans for the development of culture and tourism during the 15th Five-Year Plan period, proactively align with the national development strategies, view and plan the development of culture and tourism within the overall context of the party and the nation's undertakings, and better play their role in cultivating the mind and empowering economic and social development. On the cultural front, as required by the Central Committee, we need to implement more proactive cultural and economic policies, promote cultural development, improve the cultural industrial system and market system, and launch more high-quality cultural products and services that satisfy the people. With the improvement of living standards and aesthetic levels, people now want higher quality cultural products. So it is essential to prioritize the creation of fine works, implement the series of artistic creation projects in the new era, and guide people who work in literature and art to enhance their awareness of quality and original creativity, producing more outstanding works that people love to read, watch, and listen to. At the same time, it is necessary to improve the level of public cultural services and enhance the accessibility of services, build and make good use of various cultural venues, museums, new cultural spaces, and help more high-quality cultural resources to reach the grassroots level so that urban and rural residents can enjoy cultural services anytime, anywhere, and more conveniently. At the same time, it is also essential to respond to the people's growing cultural creativity and initiative to prosper the new forms of popular culture that has developed in the internet age. People now, apart from reading and listening, they are more eager to participate in the creation, especially with new technologies like AI big models and so on. It has lowered the threshold for people to participate. We need to go with this trend and promote new forms of popular culture, ensuring that everyone can find a stage to show their passion and talents. On tourism, we need to focus on the integration of culture and tourism and strive to truly cultivate the tourism industry into a livelihood industry, a happiness industry, and a strategic pillar. So first we need to seize the new modalities, new products, this momentum and opportunities brought about by AI to promote the iteration and upgrading of traditional tourism. So popular culture, integrated development is a trend. In the recent years, the deep integration of culture and tourism has become a new driving force for tourism development. The trends of culture and tourism plus all industries and all industries plus culture and tourism are also evident. Tourism is no longer just about visiting famous sites and seeing landscapes. People are more willing to step into daily life and experience culture, are more willing to pay for performances, queue for trendy items, and travel to a city just because the city is popular online. New products that emphasize experience and resonate emotionally are always more likely to be favored by the market. And the experience economy is becoming popular worldwide. Experience requires cultural substance. It needs to be empowered by culture. Going with this trend will promote the deep integration of culture and tourism, and will introduce new business formats and brands, such as traveling for performances, films, television, sports, events, and cultural heritage, and also introduce new business formats integrating culture, tourism, commerce, sports, agriculture, and industry, and to create new growth points, new values, and cultivate new advantages to better meet people's needs. Thank you.
谢谢，请提下一个问题。请南区第二排第二位男士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。中国青年报提问。我的问题想提给雷海潮雷主任。我们“十四五”时期啊，中国的卫生健康事业和人口高质量发展都取得了显著的成效。那么从老百姓最关心的看病就医、生育养育这些身边事儿来看，您觉得这5年来最直观的变化有哪些？谢谢。
With China Youth Daily, my question is for Minister Lei Haichao. China made significant progress during the 14th Five-Year Plan period in medical care, health, and high-quality population development. So, Minister Lei, what are the most visible changes in the past 5 years in terms of people's top daily concerns, such as access to medical services, childbirth, and child care? Thank you.
好，感谢您的提问。
Thank you for your question.
很高兴啊，在全国两会期间和我们
I'm very delighted to meet with friends from the media during the 2 sessions, and I'm delighted to take your questions. You asked about our achievements during the 14th Five-Year Plan period. It is reflected in various aspects. Under the strong leadership of the Party Central Committee and the State Council, we have fully leveraged our system, and we mobilized the whole society. And our health workers have put in a lot of efforts. New achievements have been made in public health. To give you a better picture, I want to share with you some numbers. The first number is 52.6%. This is the proportion of community-level medical institutions in the national total in 2025. During the 14th Five-Year Plan period, the number of outpatient visits of these medical institutions have been rising, and the share of their services in the national total number is also rising. It is attributable to the implementation of the Party Central Committee's strategy of focusing on community levels. More and more doctors are working at community-level medical institutions, and our people hope to get medical services near their homes. With the support of the Ministry of Education and other departments, we have trained nearly 100,000 medical students for towns and townships. And in recent years, together with other departments, we have worked to ensure that college students, under the College Student Village Doctor Program, over 10,000 graduates have been enrolled in village health centers as permanent staff, but they work in rural areas. So we have a consolidated foundation at the community level. So we have the 52.6% figure, which is an encouraging progress. And during the 15th five-year plan period, we will continue to give priority to community-level medical services. And this is the first number. The second number is 15 minutes. This is a time during which our people can reach the closest medical institutions. It shows the accessibility of our medical services have been improved. Now, over 90% of our people can reach the closest medical institutions within 15 minutes. According to statistics, by the end of 2025, there are over 1.1 million medical institutions covering rural and urban areas. Now our basic medical services are benefiting 1.4 billion people and making it more convenient for our people to get medical services. At the same time, by 2025, there are over 16 million health practitioners, 5.29 million physicians, and over 6.03 million registered nurses. That said, there is still space for further improvement given the large population in our country. But we should note that during the 14th five-year plan period, we have more medical resources, which makes our services more equitable and accessible. And this is second number. The third number is 10,800 yuan. It means that our country has, since January 1st, 2022, provided childcare subsidies to children born in accordance with relevant laws and regulations. So eligible families can reach 3,600 yuan every year. Since Q4 last year, we have been providing such subsidies. Until now, over 33 million households have received the subsidies. So, to use a metaphor, now kids can earn income for families immediately after they are born. And this subsidy is a big boost to families. And this is a large expenditure for governments. for both central government and local government, which respectively spends about 90 billion yuan and 10 billion yuan. But it delivers concrete results for our families. And also, we have improved capacity for childcare services, in particular, inclusive childcare services. Relevant services have started from scratch, and last year alone, the number of childcare places increased by 890,000. The total number now reaches 6.66 million, which is a big support for population development. And the last number is age 79.25. In the government work report, Premier Li Qiang has mentioned this figure. This is the life expectancy in China in 2025. Despite the impacts and challenges during the 14th five-year plan period, health of our people has been improved. This number raised by 1.32 years compared with 2020, an average annual growth of 0.26 years. One of the highest level among middle and high-income countries. And going forward, we will continue to advance along this direction and meet people's expectations so that our people can fully enjoy the benefits of Chinese modernization and live healthier lives and higher quality lives. These achievements are attributable to the efforts of governments at all levels and also all our people. It is also attributable to the hard work of our health workers. It should be respected and supported by the entire society. So going forward, we will work following the principle of people, following the people-first philosophy, and to deliver services for our people. Thank you.
请北区第二排第3位男士，谢谢。
感谢主持人。迪拜中央卫视的驻华记者方浩明提问，我的问题是提给王部长的。今年我特别荣幸的以报幕的身份登上了春晚的舞台，在春节联欢晚会上，我看到了一批世界技能大赛获奖选手也登上舞台，让大家眼前一亮。据了解，今年还将举办第48届世界技能大赛。 请部长为我们介绍一下相关情况，将如何进一步推进技能工作？谢谢。
With China Arab TV, this year I had the honor to take the stage at the Yeli Spring Festival Gala, and I saw at the gala a group of award-winning contestants of the World Skills Competition took the stage and caught the audience's eye. We've learned that this year China will host the 48th World Skills Competition, so could you brief us on that? And what will be done to promote skills development? Thank you.
感谢这位媒体记者朋友对中华文化、
对技能工作的关注。For your attention on Chinese culture and skills development. The World Skills Competition is the world's largest and most influential skills event.
是1950年开始。
Since its inception in 1950, this competition has led the trends and direction of vocational skills development, playing an important role in promoting economic development, technological advancement, and talent cultivation. In September this year, the 48th World Skills Competition will be held in Shanghai. September the 22nd to 27th. We will earnestly implement the important instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping of presenting a creative and influential world skills competition for the world, centering on the theme, shaping a skills-driven future. We'll organize a high-standard, high-quality, and splendid skills event. At the same time, with the opportunity of organizing this competition, we'll focus more on investing in people and encourage more young people to create a better future for themselves with skills. We'll focus on the three following areas. First, we'll create a career-long skills development system. Currently, technological developments are very fast. Skills also update at a faster rate. It is a must for people to learn skills according to the tailored needs of people at different life stages. We'll create a career-long, lifelong skills training system and try our best to create an environment where everyone can learn anywhere at any time. For people who just joined the workforce, we will carry out pre-employment training, general skills training. For employees in companies, we'll carry out apprentice training, on-the-job training. For job transferees, we'll carry out new skills training, entrepreneurship training. This year, we'll organize large-scale vocational skills training and provide subsidizing training for over 10 million people. Key areas will be low-altitude economy, new EVs, AI skills, well-being and elderly care services to better cater to the needs of industries and serve employment. Second, we'll build a skills ecosystem that is enterprise-led and integrate industry, education, and assessment. Only by catering to the needs of industries can we effectively increase the fit between skilled talents and market demand. In recent years, we have been promoting the building of skills ecosystems, and we support leading companies in industries to create a complete chain of recruitment, training, assessment, and employment. Skills standards and skills training will align with the development of industries. At present, over 20 provinces have already cultivated over 230 skills eco-chains. By participating in the building of these skill eco-chains, more companies are seeing their employers' skills improved and their efficiency increased. This is a win-win. Industrial chains are also more resilient. This year, we will select some such eco-chains, leverage the driving role of leading companies, and attract more companies to participate so that skills can help with employment and empower companies. Third, we will integrate the development channel for skilled talents. Only by breaking career glass ceilings can we ensure a broader path for the development of skills talents. We'll deeply implement the new 8th-grade vocational skill grading system and support companies in the evaluation and appointment of chief and senior technicians, and create upward mobility for skilled workers. Will promote cross-functional career mobility of high skills talent and specialized skills talent, and promote mutual recognition of vocational qualifications. We'll focus on the building of a wage distribution system that is oriented on skills to enable people who work more with higher skills and who innovate earn more. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely invite friends from the media and friends from all sectors in the society to visit Shanghai during the World Skills Competition and to see the splendid skills, over 60 skills on your own, and also participate in supporting services and activities. It can also bring kids to visit the world's first skills museum and participate in the skills classrooms to feel and see for yourself the beauty of skills. And thank you.
请中区第4排第2位女士，第2位，谢谢。是。
谢谢主持人。中国妇女报全媒体记者提问，这个问题想提给怀部长。孩子的健康成长是每个家庭最关心的事情。我们注意到教育部新春第一会就以“健康第一”为主题，请问下一步将怎样更好地推进落实？谢谢。
With China Women's News, my question is for Minister Huai. The health of children is something every family cares about. We noted that the Ministry of Education's first meeting after the Spring Festival was themed Health First. So what are the follow-up measures? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. It is indeed something that all our society cares about. General Secretary Xi Jinping attaches great importance to the healthy growth of our youth and has stressed on multiple occasions the health-first philosophy to promote students' all-around wellness. Our ministry has faithfully followed General Secretary's instruction in the whole process and all aspects of our education, so that our students could achieve holistic education. This is also the guideline for our party. And we have carried out special campaigns to prioritize health with concrete actions. And these actions are transformed into real effects. Last year, we have rolled out special campaigns on psychological health and reading to promote the physical and mental health of our students. At the beginning of last year, we started the program of 2 hours of physical activity and 15 minutes of recess per day in 22 provinces. And this program is now promoted in all provinces. According to our data, the measurement of student physical fitness excellence at various study stages continue to rise, and the rate of students who are nearsighted has been dropping for 4 consecutive years. As you said, my ministry held the first meeting after Spring Festival themed Health First, aiming to stress this guideline and release the signal of paying more attention to wellness of students. And we will launch our efforts in a special campaign on health education in the following key areas. First, more physical activity. We will make physical activity the most effective means and guide students to leave the classroom for the playground. We saw some good practice at the local level, which can be learned from. For example, Beijing took the lead in having 1 PE class daily with 2 hours of physical activity. And Jiangsu launched the 2 hours and 15 minutes program. The Fujian province included the building and renovation of campus football fields into the provincial government's list of welfare projects, so that the students can have full space for exercise. We will continue to carry out student health initiatives and keep following the implement to ensure our program of 2 hours and 15 minutes per daily can benefit every student so that they can actually sweat in their PE classes and improve their physical health. We also hope that with the popular class leagues, school leagues, and such, each student will at least nail one sport. And second, better mental health. As we put it, one's eyes are bright only when there's sunshine in the heart. We will launch a new round of campaign to promote students' mental health and place more importance on psychology in education. So firstly, we will encourage all these sports activities which are conducive to students' wellness in psychology. We will encourage art shows, labor practice, outdoor activities, and readings, as well as popular recreational activities, and support primary and middle schools in having spring and autumn breaks in some areas, so that the kids, the students, will have a more healthy mentality and the spirit of cooperation. And secondly, teachers need to show more care for students. We will have more teachers of psychological support and guidance to better know students' mental health. And our education will be warmer for the students. And thirdly, we will coordinate efforts of the National Advisory Committee on Students' Mental Health and the regional experts groups, so that our work could be forward-looking and they can be applied to students' mental health, and the psychological issue prevention, and other areas, so that our work will be improved comprehensively. Third, greater effect in health first. Prioritizing health is not only a responsibility of the educational authorities, but also an expectation shared by parents and the whole society. We will accelerate the building of a family, school, community, cooperative education system, which is also laid out in the government work report. The schools should shoulder primary duty, and the students' physical and mental health should be an important factor in the school's evaluation and education, which will be a special campaign program. And their physical excellence would be an important indicator in the overall evaluation. And secondly, families should play a bigger role. Parents should be encouraged to put health first and foster good parent-child relations in parent-teacher conferences and parent seminars. And thirdly, consensus should be formed. We're glad to see the related developments in law, policy, and regulation in different parts of China. For example, Hunan rolled out local regulations on drowning prevention and mental health. Jiangsu and Shandong published ordinances to improve student health and provide a systemic solution for government, school, family, community collaboration. We're also promoting their experience to encourage greater social support for the health of our students and help them to grow in a better way. Health is a philosophy and a responsibility. It should be reflected in our actions, and we will make every effort to fulfill this mission. Thank you.
请提下一个问题。请南区第3排举手的第一位男士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。宁波日报永派客户端提问，这个问题提给文旅部孙部长。我们在采访中有些游客反映，出游中还存在个别商 商家欺客、景区拥挤的问题。有的旅游项目呢还有安全隐患。请问将采取哪些措施解决这些问题，持续提高文旅服务质量？谢谢。
With Ningbo Daily, my question is for Minister Sun of Culture and Tourism. During interviews, we heard some visitors and tourists talk about sporadic cases of dishonest business practices, overcrowding in scenic spots, as well as potential safety hazards in some tourism projects. So what measures will be taken to address these issues and improve the quality of cultural and tourism services? Thank you.
谢谢你的提问。
Thank you for your question. People participate in cultural and tourism activities for leisure, relaxation, and enjoyment. If they encounter problems or have a poor experience, they certainly will feel upset. In recent years, we have made significant efforts to improve the quality of cultural and tourism services and regulate market order, achieving some results. The overall order of the market is good. But compared with the feelings and needs of the public, it is still far from enough. Particularly, the industry is developing rapidly. Some old problems have not been completely resolved, while new issues have emerged. To address these problems, we will focus on the three key areas. First, we will improve service quality and provide more high-quality services. The cultural and tourism industry is fundamentally a service industry. Whether the experience is good or not depends on the quality of service. Currently, there are still areas where service falls short. For example, issues frequently raised by the public include difficulties in making reservations, purchasing tickets, finding parking, and accessing toilets. They seem trivial issues, but they affect people's experience. We must focus on these small but key matters that concern the public, strengthen the guiding role of standards, and continuously enhance the service quality of cultural venues and museums, scenic areas, and resorts, making them higher standard and more detailed. Also, will accelerate the renovation of facilities and equipment to make them more elderly-friendly and convenient. This will make management more effective, services more considerate. Second, will strengthen market management and rectify wrong practices regarding illegal and non-compliant behaviors such as cheating or overcharging tourists and forced shopping. Will have a zero-tolerance policy and strict supervision. Each violation discovered will be dealt with accordingly. Those with violations will be severely penalized or even see their operations suspended. Last year, we intensified unannounced inspections, accelerated complaint handling, and investigated and dealt with a number of cases with noticeable results. This year, we will work with relevant departments focusing on rectifying false advertising, illegal solicitation, forced consumption, etc. Will intensify case investigations and public disclosures and strengthen credit-based supervision. We will also further smooth the channels for tourism complaints, and we welcome the general public to identify problems and file timely complaints. We will urge all localities and companies to continuously improve the efficiency of complaint handling in accordance with the requirement of handling complaints immediately. Third, we'll firmly uphold the red line of safety, preventing and diffusing safety risks. For tourists, safety is the #1 priority. People always pay greatest attention to safety. We will closely monitor key periods such as holidays, summer, flood seasons, and so on, conduct thorough monitoring and inspections, guide and supervise companies to strengthen safety guarantees, and intensify the investigation and rectification of safety hazards rectification efforts. At the same time, tourists will be reminded in engaging ways to fasten their seat belts when getting on a bus or wear life jackets when boarding a boat, among other things, enhancing their safety awareness. Up until now, major or larger scenic areas and venues, they are pretty safe and secure. But we've also noted some new situations. Beyond traditional scenic spots, new recreational venues have emerged. Some simply fence off a piece of land, create a few attractions, and start operating. They play a certain role in increasing income for people in the areas, but they are relatively scattered with insufficient safety measures and involve a wide range of sectors and are difficult to manage. Going forward, we'll work with relevant departments to strengthen comprehensive governance, let local governments take primary responsibilities, and companies and market entities to take responsibilities, investigate and resolve safety risks. We'll also, regarding the new types of facilities and equipment, will collaborate with relevant departments to improve supervision and eliminate potential risks and hidden dangers. In short, we hope that through our efforts, everyone can feel secure, comfortable, and happy during their visits. Thank you.
请北区第4排第2位女士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。成都商报红星新闻记者提问，这个问题提给雷海潮主任。两会期间审议了“十五五”规划纲要，我国在“十五五”期间怎样更好满足群众健康需求？会有哪些实实在在的举措？谢谢。
With Chengdu Economic Daily, my question is for Minister Lei Haichao. Deliberations are now underway at the two sessions on the draft outline of the 15th five-year plan. So what concrete measures will China take in the coming 5 years to better meet people's health needs? Thank you.
好，感谢您提出的问题。
Thank you for your question.
15期间啊
During the 15th five-year plan period, we will unswervingly follow through on the guiding principles of the 4th session of the 20th CPC Central Committee and the plans laid out in the outline of the 15th five-year plan, which is deliberated over in the two sessions. Now the blueprint is there. The key is to implement the blueprint. People's aspirations are the goal and direction of work for health departments at all levels. Yesterday afternoon, President Xi Jinping, during the deliberations, made important speeches. He specifically mentioned we will advance health-first development strategy and to build healthy China and to achieve our targets by 2035. And General Secretary Xi Jinping mentioned that decisive progress should be made during the 15th five-year plan period. So we need to work hard in the next 5 years. We'll focus on priorities and take a holistic approach in advancing our work in this aspect. We have the following priorities. First, we will continue to promote high-quality development. In this aspect, we will carry out a host of major projects. For instance, as mentioned in the government work report, we will strengthen community-level medical and health services and expand and upgrade rehabilitation nursing services. These are important working arrangements to shore up weak links. As I mentioned earlier, now the basic medical services could cover all our people, but we still need to improve our capacity. And there is still imbalance among different specialties. For instance, pediatric, mental health, general practice, nursing and rehabilitation, and other services to be further improved during the 15th five-year plan period to better respond to people's needs. And we will continue to promote remote medical health services, online diagnosis and treatment, as well as mobile services and other technologies to make our services more equitable and accessible, and further consolidate the foundation of our services. And second, we will continue to deepen medical and health institutional reform. General Secretary Xi Jinping mentioned yesterday afternoon that we need to promote walk along the path of health development with Chinese characteristics and unswervingly follow the strategy of the party. So during the 15th five-year plan period, we need to unswervingly pursue public benefit in medical and health initiatives and advance our work. In practice, we have gained experience in localities such as Sanming. So going forward, we will continue to advance reform in this aspect. Together with the Ministry of Finance, we have promoted the high-quality development and advanced reform in public hospitals. And we hope, going forward, we will improve the public benefit nature and also quality of services in public hospitals. And also in terms of strengthening community-level medical services. During the 15th five-year plan period, we will work for the building of about 1,000 closely knit county-level medical and healthcare consortiums, in particular in prefectures and cities. We will promote the building of referral and consultation centers to ensure the continuity of medical services. And all in all, these are professional services. So our professional talents are in the best position to help advance professional medical services. So during the 15th five-year plan period, we will promote tiered diagnosis and treatment and make progress in this aspect. And third, we will continue to strengthen public health security capacity. I want to mention infectious disease here. Infectious diseases are threats for all humanity. They are around us throughout history. So to ensure overall safety and security, we need to prevent and control infectious diseases, so we need to step up monitoring, early warning, and risk assessment and rapid treatment, including testing and quarantine. And we need to have more vaccines and improved testing methods. So we also need to work hard and give priority to public health security capacity improvement. And our country has been impacted by natural disasters. We need to work to ensure we can provide public emergency medical aid after such disasters happen. So we need to increase capacity building in emergency treatment and first aid. We also need to ensure blood supply. And blood cannot be manufactured from the whole society. So in the coming continue to promote the building of a global community of health for all. Health is all humanity's common pursuit. We all want to live in stable, safe environment. So we'll do what we can to help developing countries, in particular Belt and Road countries, by offering necessary technology and talent assistance to them. Secretary Xi Jinping forward the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, the Global Civilization Initiative, and the Global Governance Initiative. We'll follow these four major initiatives and step up exchanges and cooperation with the international community. And we'll to promote the culture of traditional Chinese citizen with a history of over 5,000 years. And we'll promote mutual learning among different traditional medicines. And we will promote the new era Shen Nong Herbal Initiative. That through this initiative, we can find more useful medical resources globally to enrich our treatment methods and solve problems facing China and other developing countries to better respond to global health challenges. And these are the four priorities of our work going forward. We hope to work together the objectives of the 15th five-plan period in mind to ensure our people live healthier lives. By 2030, we hope our life expectancy can reach 80 years old. We will work toward this goal. Thank you.
大家提下一个问题。请蓝区第一排第三位男士。
感谢主持人。好，是记者提问，请问 国政府出台了一系列促进旅游的措施，效果怎么样？下一步在满足促进游客需求方面还有哪些考虑？谢谢。
With testing from International News Agency, my question is, Minister, we have noted in recent months the Chinese government introduced a series of measures to promote inbound tourism. So what are the results? And what are you considering doing going forward to meet the needs of inbound tourists? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Apart from cultivating the mind, nurturing character, broadening horizons, and increasing wisdom, tourism also helps with promoting cultural exchanges and enhancing friendship, and is an important channel for civilizing exchange and mutual learning between different countries. The Chinese government highly values inbound and outbound tourism, and we encourage Chinese people to go abroad and welcome foreign nationals to China. Particularly in recent years, we have introduced a series of policies to prosper the inbound tourism market. And we've achieved noticeable results. According to statistics, in 2025, China received over 150 million inbound tourist visits, a year-on-year increase of 17%. Tourism expenditure exceeded 130 billion RMB yuan, up nearly 40% year-on-year, more than 4%. Among them, over 30 million foreigners entered China visa-free. These figures show that our policies to promote inbound tourism are successful and effective. Very convenient for overseas visitors to visit China. China has continuously expanded its unilateral visa exemption and transit visa exemption policies. We've granted unilateral visa exemption for 50 countries and extended transit visa exemption policy to 55 countries. For foreign tourists, a trip to China taken at any time has become a reality. We have also vigorously promoted the facilitation of inbound payment. Foreign tourists said it was difficult difficult to pay in China, So we've taken some measures to help it to pay more easily online, deploy more credit card machine so that foreign nationals can pay by card. We've also released digital wallets and currency exchange stations and so on, because we know that many foreign friends, they still like to pay in cash. It is said that with our efforts now, payment have become more convenient in China, in particular mobile payment. For tourists from countries like Kazakhstan and Malaysia, we have seen many tourists from the two countries. Mobile payment accounted for a lot of their tourists. Over about 80 billion RMB was paid online. Tax refund is also more convenient. Now, in many places, you can buy and get your taxes refund immediately. And people are buying more different products in China. Now, people are buying mobile phones, drones, VR glasses, as well as cultural and trendy items. These have all become Chinese specialties, Chinese products. In a report, foreign tourists traveled to Shanghai. When returning to their home country, their luggage filled more than 40 suitcases. The airliners required them to pay more for their luggage. After doing some math, they found that even with the penalty fee, with tax refund policy, it was still cost-effective for them. Through the Haichao China National Tourism Image Promotion, foreign friends now are getting to know China better. Foreign nationals visiting China all agree in China. Ni hao. which means hello. Many foreigners want to visit China to experience the life of Chinese people, taking high-speed trains, watching drone shows, experiencing Chinese medicine, massage, kung fu, drinking hot water, eating hot pot. Becoming Chinese has also become a trending term online. This shows that many foreign friends, their interest in experiencing Chinese lifestyle. The enthusiasm and expectations of foreign tourists for China both encourage and pressure on us. China is a nation of etiquette. When tourists come, was provide good service. To ensure that friends from afar have a satisfying trip and return home happily. Going forward, continue enhance promotion of our national tourism image, showing China's magnificent landscapes, culture, history, and wonderful way of life with friends from around the world. We'll also work with relevant departments to continue to improve the entire inbound tourism chain, including visa, customs clearance, transportation, accommodation, payment, sightseeing. Understand that it's been travel in China now. Thank you.
请中区第3排张伟男士，谢谢。
韩日报社特报记者提问题提给陆部长。民政部门直接服务人民群众，作风建设成效，关乎群众道德感。请问民政部对于推进风作风建设有哪些举措？下一排如何推进？谢谢。
With Star He Daily, my question is for Minister Lu. Civil affairs authorities serve the people directly, and their work conduct acts the people's satisfaction. So, what measures have the Ministry of Civil Affairs in the past to improve conduct, and what will be done in the future? Thank you.
谢谢您的。
Thank you for the question. The work conduct civil affairs authorities serve certain people directly. Last year, according to the central leadership's point series on improving work conduct. We have focused on special improve funeral services, public interest activities, and minorities, elderly care services, and social assistance. Systematic governance in related areas. A number of issues certain people with most were tackled. On funeral services, on problems that prompt the strongest public demand, such as high prices and non-transparent pricing. And low quality services and other issues, we comprehensively reduced items, cut fees, and improved services. Removed excessive items, lowered funeral-related fees, and combated high pricing or induced spending. And according to current requirements, all the fees and pricing standards should be made public. To improve the services in the industry and the sector. And we have been improving laws and regulations and policies and improve public interest funeral facilities and promote one-stop handling of relevant matters. Thanks to these efforts, prices for commercial surplus were by 20% on average. Per capita funeral expenses by 33%. This has been having impact on people's immediate interests, on public interest activities and charities, with a focus on improved credibility. We worked hard to address weak management and unregulated use of funds in charity organizations, as well as illegal and criminal activities conducted under the pretext of public interest activities or charities. At the same time, we moved faster to improve policies and systems initiative for supervision across the chain and in fact was put in place. On elderly care services, we identified and addressed unregulated use of funds for relevant services and accuracy in granting old allowances or subsidies. We worked hard to identify potential risks on fire safety and food safety in elderly care facilities and firm prevent and that illegal fundraising and fraud. We also stepped up safety management of elderly care skill training and improved professional ethics. These efforts helped provide more reassuring and comfortable environment for our seniors. On social assistance, we continued to address nepotism-based and influence peddling fees and wrongful inclusion or exclusion. Strengthened comprehensive supervision and implemented the close relative filing system and card or book entrustment system for social assistance. And we ensured access to social assistance hotline to respond to those concerns in time. By doing so, we met the essential needs of people in difficulty. Going forward, we will continue conduct in our system efforts in this aspect and expand special initiatives. Serving our people with concrete efforts. In terms of funeral services, to implement the newly revised regulations on funeral management, we will use the public benefit nature of the sector to consolidate against, deepen reform, prevent resurgence of problems, we will increase the supply of public interest funeral facilities and work to include funeral services into base public services and strengthen comprehensive supervision to promote sound and regulated development of funeral matters. In terms of public benefit activities and charities, we will improve policy measures for promoting and regulating the development of charities. Work hard to build a vibrant development structure with effective supervision and well-regulated operation. Well, in terms of elderly care services, advanced efforts to tackle critical problems to remove safety, rectify unregulated project implementation, and institute sound systems and mechanisms. This will help us enhance sense of satisfaction, happiness, and security of senior people. In terms of social assistance, we will focus efforts on ensuring adequate coverage and distributing assistance funds on time and in full. And we will continue to maintain zero tolerance attitude toward improper benefits to relatives or friends, such as nepotism-based and influence peddling benefits. All such cases will be investigated and handled to uphold fairness and justice in social systems. Thank you.
第3位女士，谢谢。
谢谢主持人。湖北广播电视台记者提问，我的问题提给雷海潮主任。那么，去年您在全会期间提出了健康体重管理，也是得到了广居民和积极响应。那么，我们想了解今年您对于促进健康有什么新提示？谢谢。
With Hubei TV, my question is for Minister Lei. During the 2 sessions last year, you underscored the idea of healthy weight management, which sparked enthusiastic responses from residents and medical institutions. What are you going to propose this year to promote health? Thank you.
好，感谢您的这个提出的问题。
Thank you for your question.
这个前的健康体重管理啊。
Last year's healthy weight management
不仅仅是关注
unexpected receive response. 人的健康体重 wide attention, also social participation. According to our statistics, over 5,500 medical institutions set up weight management clinics.
想控制好、吃好自己健康体重的这些人员，提供
providing professional guidance and support for people who want to manage their weight and keep healthy. I also note that many different localities have improved environment for keeping healthy. For instance, many cities expanded the building of walking paths so that people can keep exercise. And some canteens have labeled food calories to remind people of healthy diets and to taking too much calorie. It is particularly worth noting that some hotels have got weight scales making it more convenient for people on business trips or tourism trips to have ongoing monitoring their weight. And we guide tourism platforms such as Haichao and other platforms in labeling those hotel rooms with weight scales so that people can choose the hotels they want to stay in. So these initiatives have received active response from science, and this is what we want to see. Every individual should be responsible for his or her own health, and everyone needs to act to keep healthy. I've been working in this system for many years, and I want to give you some tips on health. So, in addition to weight management, I also want to give you new manners. And I know that people have higher requirements about their weight. People want to have ongoing monitoring of their weight. Whether the BMI stays between 19 and 24, whether the males have their waistline within 90 centimeters and females within 85 centimeters.
在长发期，只要符合健康的生长语境
And also, children and teenagers in both areas also get more healthy and pay more attention to their health.
是影响老百姓健康的。
And here I want to stress that cancer has become one of the main threats for our people's health.
关键呢，
Actually, cancer
做好预防，
is nothing to fear. Fear, the key lies in prevention and early stage screening. And many cancers
好的治疗效果
can be
也不
treated with good effect
工作
if
生活和
these cancers can be discovered in the stage, and they will not affect people's work lives. However, it is a pity that
一旦确诊癌症，
when
已经到了中
getting diagnosed, many patients
花费呢
have entered the late stages of cancer.
效果呢也打了折扣。
So the effects are not that good in treatment, even with high costs.
现在保持了非常好的势头。
That said,
能够治疗
we have a good momentum in the innovation of drugs.
现在也都有了。
So some tumors and chronic diseases have better treatment. But all in all,
肿瘤的问题
for
还是应该做好，
like cancers,
也
we should
一方面的预防，
have positive prevention,
特别是要把
in particular to address the causes of cancers,
改掉，
including
比如说长期的
getting rid of unhealthy habits like long time smoking, excessive drinking, unhealthy
营养健康、
lifestyle,
体育锻炼、
unhealthy physical exercise, or
压抑、
a kind of sub-health state
都是需要通过
in mental health.
调理
And all these need to be
改善，
improved
从而呢能够
through the efforts of themselves,
发生和发展。
and we need to better prevent the occurrence of
要
diseases
早期
in this way.
方式，能够及时的发现
And we need to step up early stage screening.
比如说
to identify cancers as early as possible. For instance, according to professional advice, those above 50 who have long-term smoke habits, have chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, or have a family history of cancer, are suggested to receive low-dose spiral CT examination to identify disease at an early stage and get proper treatment. Another example is that those above 50 who have overweight or have obesity or have smoking history or have a family history of colorectal cancer should have colonoscopy examination every 3 to 5 years. During the examinations, doctors can have some handle the disease and the treatment will have better results. And people can also have some FOBT testing every 3 or 5 years. This is also an effective way to identify potential risks. We need to attach importance to such tests. And in addition, those above 45 who drink excessively or have gastric ulcer or have a family history of gastric cancer should get gastroscopy every 3 to 5 years. And these two examinations have been mature in technology. So I also want to remind our friends from the media to better information on early diagnosis and in time pains. And the family history I just mentioned means that grandparents, parents, siblings, or junior family members have developed such kind of tumors. And because family history is an important indicator or reminder for the possible occurrence of cancers. As I mentioned, the case in prevention and early stage diagnosis and treatment. I hope everyone can live healthy lives. Thank you.
请北区第一排第3位。谢谢。
谢谢主持人。大象新闻记者，那这个问题想提问给人力资源商部的部长。部长好。那现在大家对这个生活品质有了更多的期待，那这领域的政策和公共服务呢，直接到老百姓的获得感和幸福感。那请问下一步在加强相关的政策和服务供给方面，还会有哪些考虑？还会有哪些举措？谢谢。
With elephant news, my question is for Mr. Wang of Human Resources and Social Security. Today, people have higher expectations for improving their quality of life. The policies and services in the area of human resources and social security impact on people's sense of fulfillment and happiness. So what are you considering to strengthen policies and the supply of services in this field? And what are the arrangements in the future?
刚才这位记者所谈到的，我们国家高质量发展的是推进，
with progress of high quality development, people are aspiring more than before high quality lifestyle. We will make people's aspirations as a fundamental start point and ultimate goal of our work. Focus more on improving efficiency, quality, inclusiveness, fairness, intelligence, convenience, balance, and accessibility. And do our best to provide high quality policies and services for people. And we'll focus on 3 key areas. First, focus on protecting the rights and interests of workers in the new employment ecosystem and with new policies. On the eve of the Spring Festival, General Secretary Jinpeng extended warm greetings to delivery workers. He required us to care about people working in the new forms of employment and provide services for their life, work, and staff. In keeping with the trend of accelerated development of new forms of employment, we will with new policies and strengthen weak links in the institutions. For example, we expand pilot projects for occupational insurance. For people like take-out delivery person who work in the new forms of employment, occupational injury insurance on top of their mind. In recent years, we are exploring pilot programs of occupational injury insurance. Currently, over 25 million people joined in 17 pilot provinces, effectively playing the role as a safeguard. This year, the pilot will be scaled nationwide. At the same time, we will encourage and support people in new forms of employment to join employee old age insurance and promote one-stop mediation of disputes. Do our best to create a safety net for interests of new format employees. Second, we'll respond to the new expectations for full and high-quality employment and generate new jobs, new innovations. New jobs represent the weather of innovation and development and new employment areas. During the 14th five-year plan period, we released 72 new jobs covering digital economy, modern services, intelligent manufacturing, and so on. Recently, CCTV aired a documentary on covering 8 new occupations, including AI trainer, drone operator, coach, and so on. And it got the attention of the society. Will closely follow new situations and opportunities development, starting on new quality development forces, new features in consumption, protection of people's livelihood series to step up efforts in creating new jobs. At the same time, we will formulate national occupational standards, complete the assessment system, strengthen occupational training of new jobs, and expand new spaces for workers. Third, improve employment and social security serves in response to the new moving trend of the workforce. In recent years, workers are moving requirements for improving public service. Will strengthen reform and the implement of economy from human resources services to move beyond basic access to deliver smarter, simpler services. For example, improve and the transfer and continuation services for pension insurance. When moving to other places, people fear the gap in social insurance. Currently, the transfer can be done seamlessly with the province, and it cannot be done cross-province. Going forward, we'll continue to complete and improve the continuation of transfer methods, improve the national security public service platform, facilitate nationwide one security of social security entitlement. People fear about the gap in their insurance. There are still many services in human resources. We'll continue to improve the compensation of social security, make the policies regarding recruitment, starting a business, and retirement more effectively. And we'll promote an all-in-one for resident services via social security card, and also the 15 public employees service radius services and so on. With these concrete measures, we will deliver tangible to people. Thank you.
北区第5个男士。
我的问题提给民政部的陆部长。15规划建议提出健全市救助体系，完善老老人、困境、残疾人等群体服务保障体系。今年的工作报告也提出了相关的作为重要的保障部门，民政能采取哪些都老民生谢谢。
Minister of Affairs. The recommendation for the 15th plan proposes to refine the social assistance system, improve the service and support system for elderly people live alone, children in need, and people with disabilities. This statement work report also puts forward requirements in this field. So I want to ask Minister, as an important authority to meet the people's basic needs, what measures will your ministry take to provide a cushion for those most in need? Thank you.
Question. Promises and support for people including elder people who live alone, children in need, people with disabilities. Is essential to ensure people's lives. It embodies our past original aspiration and purpose and strengths of China's socialist system. In recent years, according to decisions and plans of the Party Central Committee, we have basically put in place here categorized assistance system, built the national system basic elderly care service established system of ensure fair and protect children need improved systems for security care and services for people with disabilities and provided regular support for 44 people receiving assistance allowance or have special difficulties. We provided over 50 million senior people with various kinds of benefits days. And support 570,000 orphans to unattended children. In addition, the two subsidies for people with disabilities have over 28 million disabled people and people with severe disabilities.